Hey, guys, this is our first video from the HTML crash course. This video is all about an introduction to HTML and some basic fundamentals of HTML. The very first thing you should know is what is HTML. It is a markup language for describing web documents. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It describes the structure of web pages using markup. HTML elements are the building blocks of HTML pages. Its elements are represented by tags. These tags label pieces of content such as heading, paragraph, table, and so on. Browsers do not display the HTML tags but use them to render the content of the page. All that you need to learn from this is that HTML is used for building web pages. These elements are the building blocks of HTML and these elements are represented by tags. These tags are nothing but the labels for the content of the HTML pages or documents. These tags are not displayed by browser but instead used to render the content of the page. Now you might be wondering, what are these tags? Tags are nothing but keywords surrounded by angle brackets. These tags normally come in pairs. The first tag in a pair is the start tag, the second tag is the end tag. The end tag is written like the start tag, but with a slash before the tag name. For better understanding, let's open an example HTML document in Notepad. Don't worry if these examples use tags you have not learned. You will learn about them in the upcoming videos. This is an example HTML document which has some elements in it. So, first let's get all the tags marked here. The doctype HTML tag on the first line is a declaration that defines this document to be HTML5. The HTML element on the second line is the root element of an HTML page. The head element on the third line contains meta information about the document like title, charset type, etc. The title element beneath the head tag specifies a title for the document. The body element contains all the visible content of the page. And the H1 element defines a large heading, whereas the P element defines a paragraph. So, let's go ahead and save this file on the PC. I'm going to save this file in a folder called HTML. I am naming this file as index.html. So, now my file is saved with the name index.html. I'm going to open this file using a web browser. So, this is basically how the browser renders the HTML document. This is what we call as output. This is a visualization of an HTML page structure, where HTML is divided into two elements. The first element is the head and the second element is the body. The head element is a container for all the head elements. The head element can include a title for the document, scripts, styles, meta information, and more, whereas the body tag defines the main content of the HTML document, or the section of the HTML document that will be directly visible on your web page. The main thing to conclude is that all HTML documents must start with a type declaration. The HTML document itself begins with HTML start tag and ends with HTML end tag. The visible part of the HTML document is between body start tag and body end tag. Something that is missing in this is the doctype declaration. So, what is doctype declaration? Generally, doctype declaration is not an HTML tag, instead work as an instruction for a web browser which helps the browser to display a web page correctly. To display a document correctly, the browser must know both type and version. For HTML5, doctype followed by the exclamation mark is the type and HTML next to it is the version. This is the end of the introductory part. Next time we meet, I want you to have this software installed on your PC. The first one is a text editor. For example, Notepad, Sublime Text, Atoms, etc. The next thing is a web browser. For example, Chrome, Edge, Safari, etc. This is the end of the video. Hope you liked this and found it to be helpful. The next videos won't be as boring as this important introductory part. Please feel free to comment if you have any related queries. Please subscribe, share and like this video. It's free.